Hey guys, I just want to show you in this video how you can repair your door lock actuators for a 2000 to 2006 Lincoln LS. Now I have both of mine out. This one's put back together and fixed and tested and it works. This one I have apart, still waiting to put it back together, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like apart. Now this is the problem. When yours breaks, most likely this gear is what broke. This gear cracked halfway down and this little guide pin wound up falling out, and this will fall out inside your door frame. Now I was able to retrieve mine using a magnet, and I found it luckily. Sometimes you might not be so lucky, and at that point you guys might have to get a replacement. But if you can find that, try to put this back together. And what I did was I put epoxy all around the top here, and I let it set overnight to harden. Now it's important that you go pretty generous on this epoxy. Earlier I did it with less, and when I reassembled it and tried it out, there's enough stress put on this pin that'll kind of jar it loose. So go pretty generous with the epoxy. Fill the whole face of it. It's not going to interfere with anything when you put it back together. Just don't get any in the gear teeth. So I went and did that with both of mine, even on the underside. You know, fill that with either epoxy, or in my case I used super glue and baking soda to kind of act like a hard resin. So gears are very cheaply made, and this is why they fail. Now they want you to just buy a whole new assembly rather than take them apart and fix. They don't even sell just the gears themselves. And that's another side note. If you're looking to replace any of this, this fully assembled actuator is $200 to $300 OEM. I've looked it up. It's pretty outrageous. I mean, I have a 2004 Lincoln. Why would I spend that kind of money for each actuator? And I have two of them that are broken. So, and even for salvaged, you can look on eBay. You might be able to get it for anywhere from $50 to $100. But that's the thing, it's salvaged. You don't know how long it's going to last after you get it and put it in. So, if you want to fix yours, this is how you would do it. This is it. This is the gear. It comes apart from this motor assembly right here, and then the pin right there. Okay, so and then this comes out of the top half housing right here. It all just slides out. Okay, and then to get the two halves apart, basically to get the two halves apart, there is a torque screw here and here. They're both T15. That's all it is these two right here. And then when you pry it apart, just kind of lift on these tabs. There was one right here, but it's broken. It doesn't really matter as long as one's in. And then there's a tab right here. Okay, so pry that up. Pry that carefully. And the other thing is this metal tab right here. You'll have to bend it out with some pliers, because if you look closely, it sits inside that groove when it's pushed in, and that will prevent you from being able to separate the two halves. So just bend that outwards and you'll be able to take it apart once you got everything else apart. And then when you put it back together, obviously remember, just bend that back down. And that's basically it. You don't have to pull this white cover off. In fact, don't do that, because a bunch of parts will fall out if you do that. So that's it. Simple. Like I said, the only thing T15 Torx and maybe just a pry tool, flathead screwdriver or something. That's it. This is what it is like already out of the vehicle. I apologize I didn't show you guys how I removed it from the vehicle, but if you've gotten that far and you're at this point right now, you might be able to get some help out of this video. So when you fix the gear, obviously remember, and be generous. Give it time to cure. Don't rush it. If the epoxy is not fully cured, this guide pin takes a bit of stress as it rotates inside the assembly. If it's not fully cured, it'll just come loose again. So let it really harden. Use JB Weld or something really strong. Now, when you put it back together, obviously don't forget to lube all the gears, whatever you like, you know, kind of lubricant. And then the only other thing is when you do put it together, you might have to adjust some of these and align them properly as you sandwich them back together. Okay, not rocket science. I'm sure most of you guys can figure that out. So that's pretty much it. That'll save you maybe $200 to $300 if you're looking at OEM replacements, or anywhere from $50 to $100 if you don't even want to spend the money on salvaged parts. Good luck. Hopefully this video helps you guys out, and hopefully you guys save a little bit of money. Talk to you later.